Guys, good morning. Today I have an off day. I'm doing some resting. It's been very stressful these past few days. And I just wanted a day to just relax and decompress. And there's a lot going on in my life. So this is just, I have to say, I saw this come up and I won't even say I was laughing. I was nervously laughing and I was taken aback in utter and complete disbelief because I really could not believe what my eyes were seeing. Guys, for those of you who don't know what a RNN is, RNN is just this woman. Ha, this clown. This woman is a stalker, a YouTuber that lives in somewhere in America. Apologies to all the Americans. She is not well. There is something fundamentally wrong with Gummy's ass. We call her Gummy because of her teeth. And if I had responded or reacted to any of the things she had done before, and there are plenty, it would seem like, okay, fine, she doesn't like Megan, she's a troll, what are you trying? It doesn't make her any more insane than Kinsey Big Back or Andy Signor, that pervert, or Dan Wooten, that sexual predator, allegedly. But you know what? I was waiting for that thing, guys. That one thing that finally confirmed to me, and I could use to confirm to the world that this woman is not mentally sound. She's not well, and I'm sure that Harry and Meghan on their security team has her crazy ass right there with Kinsey Big Back on a list of people that if they ever saw them in person come near Harry especially, they will most likely tackle them to the ground as a psycho. This woman calls herself a royal commentator. Let me just stop that right from the beginning before I play this video. She is not. And let me be very clear. Since we what we famously say on this channel is anything with royal in the front is not a real job, is not a thing, is not a real thing. I will give it to the British so-called royal commentators. Many of them have some sort of diploma from some sort of school or place, or they have some sort of quote unquote legitimacy. Why? Because they either work for or contract to one of these publishing houses. Gummy does this by herself. She gave herself royal commentator to legitimize her psychopathy. She is not well. Now let me play this video for you so that you will see why I was very excited to react to this particular video.
Hey everyone, and welcome to this surprise live stream today from London. So I got in there recently. Hold on, let me just double check my settings because I feel like I'm hearing feedback and I don't want to.
Did you hear that? She's live reporting from London. What? Now, let's continue.
There we go. There we go. Hopefully that's better, guys. So sorry to get on so randomly, but I wasn't sure what was going to happen today. And so I just was kind of feeling things out, and we were there for a super long time before something finally happened. Of course, this was...
Who is they, Gummy? Is it the voices in your head? I am not mocking people that have mental illness, although I think this woman really does have a genuine mental illness. I don't know who is we. Is it the magical person she's talking to? Is it her other personalities that are communicating with her? Gummy needs help. Gummy should not be allowed to have a mic and should not be allowed to travel. What do you mean? Do you know that sorry for interrupting. Let's let her finish.
At Prince Harry's court case. So this was over at the, what is it called? The Royal High Court.
Let me repeat that again because I kept on interrupting. Listen to this entire 38 seconds. Go.
Hey everyone, and welcome to this surprise live stream today from London. So I got in there recently. Hold on, let me just double check my settings because I feel like I'm hearing feedback and I don't want to. There we go. There we go. Hopefully that's better, guys. So sorry to get on so randomly, but I wasn't sure what was going to happen today. And so I just was kind of feeling things out, and we were there for a super long time before something finally happened. Of course, this was at Prince Harry's court case. So this was over at the, what is it called? The Royal High Court. You'll have to excuse me. I actually got in today to London. So I was a little...
Let's recap, shall we? Nobody knew Harry was coming into London. I think she recorded this yesterday. No one knew that Harry was coming into London day before yesterday. It was a surprise. I showed you, and you guys would have seen examples of news reporting actually being interrupted because Harry was in the UK, the real king of England, by the way. So that means that Gummy would have found out the same way all of us did, decided to hop on a flight in America and fly all the way down to London to attend, to be present for day two. Let's reevaluate that, guys. Gummy found out the same time all of us did that Harry was in London, flew from wherever it is she lives in America to the UK to harass and stalk Harry and call it, oh, sorry, I forgot, sorry, she's a royal commentator. Does that sound like somebody who is well? Even the people that work for broadcasting companies, that clown Roya Nika, that clown Matt Wilkinson, Cameron Walker, even they could not leave. She didn't come and see. Oh, sorry. What I was going to say is they did not leave Charles, that is having his Roman vacation, sorry, work visit in Rome to celebrate his 20th year anniversary to his mistress. If she's really a royal commentator, shouldn't she go and be reporting the real royals? No, 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 no. She left her house or wherever it is, or whatever basement she lives in the US, to fly all the way to the UK to get to high court. And I want you to be clear. Nobody, you saw how the cameraman was reporting on Harry. They were not allowed anywhere near where Harry was. So she basically hopped on a flight, came to the UK to come and stand outside High Court. Listen to some of the nonsense that she said. Let's see if this journey was worth it.
Jet lagged, I will have to admit, but I really, really wanted to see this in person, because I think one of the things, especially kind of in the malaise of royal watching and how toxic it's gone and everything, is that to me what's so important is to actually be at an event and be able to share about it. And I don't get to do that super often, but because I had heard that this was going to be today, I was like, you know what, let me just go over there and see what is going on, because I don't know. All I went to was the Royal High Courts, walked around the corner, there was a slew of photographers hanging out there. And you guys, some guys had been there since 7:30 in the morning. And I got there at like probably 1:30, 1:45. So they had been there so long. So let's share a little bit. And so this will be a little bit haphazard, I do have to say, guys, because it's been so crazy in so many ways. But I do want to share a couple pictures with you. And if you haven't seen the videos yet, I shared them on a little bit on X. But I want to share them with you guys too, and share a little bit about what was going on behind the scenes. So I may answer a couple questions later, but I just thought it'd be fun to sort of kind of share what I saw and observed.
Oh, her network has gone off. Oh my god. I guess, yeah, when you carry your crazy ass without the appropriate equipment. Because again, and this is part of her
Guys, I'm so sorry. Hold on. I'm so sorry, guys. You know, hotel internet. I even asked for the premium stuff. So, so yes, I am here. And yeah, I'm in London right now. Just flew in. Yeah, and it's just kind of amazing that our Brittany just flew over there. Yeah. So
Yes, it is that her crazy ass flew over there. And I want to remind everybody, this woman is not a reporter. She's not in any way tied to any of the reporting, because if she was, she would be in Rome, or she would have been given some sort of reporting pass to go and stalk the Charles and his mistress on their Roman holiday, aka or whatever it is they're calling it, because that's not working. It's interesting that he dragged our Royal Navy with him to go and give this performative performance, and after all that, he got overshadowed by his son and Meghan. Honestly, karma is so sweet. I love it. But yeah, it's crazy. She's crazy.
I had already had this trip planned. Guys, I have tickets to tour St. James's Palace, which is opening, I guess, for the first time. So, guys, I get to tour it on the first day they've ever had tours, which I didn't realize, which was April 11th. So, very excited about that. I have an East Wing tour at Buckingham Palace. And so I was flying in, and I was like, okay, so what's going to happen today? And I was like, wait. this is today. And guys, when it comes to like jet lag, how you get over jet lag is you literally have to do something all day and then go to bed at sort of a normal hour. So you can't go to bed at 4 o'clock. You have to get to bed 8, 9 o'clock or after, because then you are sort of still tired, and then but you can get on the new schedule pretty quickly. So I was like, what am I going to do today? Because I just arrived. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go and see what I can see in Harry's court case. That was like the sole idea, which might sound a little ridiculous, but I was like, well, let me see. There's got to be something. So I took another picture here right before, as I was getting up to the court case, I think, because I was like, well, I'll just take a picture of the building.
What?
Or maybe I didn't. Anyways, so it might have been on the other phone. I got too many phones right now, guys. But anyways, so walked up there, and I'm like, okay, I'll try to find the press, because I knew the press had to be there. And so I came out from, what is it called? The Temple Station. Walked up to the hill. Royal Courts of Justice are sort of right there. They're very close. And I was like, well, this doesn't look like where Harry normally enters, so let me go find this other way. And
What?
I found all the photographers. You guys, there were about, I would say 30 to 40, maybe even 50 media people there. There were a lot of media people there, a lot of them. And it was television crews, and it was photographers and some journalists as well. So most of the main royal contingent is in Italy, obviously, but a section of, let's say, like freelancers or other members of the media. So I actually ended up talking to this guy, and he is, well, I talked to a guy from Sky News for a while, and he was, he does video for them, and he doesn't do a lot of the royal beat, because most of the royal people are in Italy, but we were talking about this, and then I also chatted with a guy from Shutterstock who is going to go to the Met Gala next month, and so I was like, wow, man, he's living Meghan Markle's dream. Obviously, he's photographing it, but so how it starts off is Harry had obviously gone in there at about 11 o'clock this morning, and so the press had gotten there at 7:30. He went in at 11, and then most of them just sat there for hours waiting for him to leave. That's like, when it comes to like royal watching dedication, or I guess royal reporting dedication, that's sometimes what it costs, is literally sitting there for hours. Now, obviously, you could go into the courtroom. Now, I know there was a weird thing with a woman who like had this outburst during Harry's trial. What's funny is we didn't really see any commotion outside reflecting that at all. It's just something I happened to catch on the news. I didn't see anything from outside.
Let me just take a break for a second. So that whole recap to me is just utter and complete insanity. Let me be clear. There were genuine reporters or people who were considered to be contracted reporters of broadcasting houses there, and because as she correctly said, proper royal reporting does attract a lot of attention, and because the people who genuinely would be reporting Harry are not in the UK right now, they are following Charles while he has his 20th anniversary holiday with his mistress. I don't know why they keep trying to sell it as a walking tour. It is not. They're using our taxpayer money to go on a tour around Rome with his wife. Anyway, because they're not around, I can understand Sky News, BBC, the rest of them getting all these freelancers to go there. That makes sense. Gummy being there doesn't, because let me say it again, she is not any part of that world. She is literally just a YouTuber who has gained following by harassing Harry and Meghan. I mean, look at the point she just made now. She's living Meghan Markle's dream. What? I've never actually paid attention to her talking before, and the fact that she genuinely believes this nonsense, she just seems insane to me. And like I said, I hope Harry and Meghan have this cycle on her list of on the list of people that are not allowed anywhere near their vicinity, because this woman is not well. She is not a royal reporter. She is not a so-called royal commentator. She's not anything royal. She's a YouTuber who is psycho, who clearly does not work, or she's using the money of her contingent of derangers to live her best life. From what she said, she's in the UK to go tour St. James's Palace. Okay. And again, not a bad thing. There are people like that who love history and things like that. But the fact that she is using the umbrella of royal commentator to justify her psychopathy is hilarious to me, and I think a bit dangerous. So guys, be careful of this woman. Let me just see what else she has to say for a few minutes, then I'll give my final commentary.
The perspective. So, since I'm talking about outside, I should show you guys kind of where we were. So, okay, here we go. So sometimes when you like upload pictures, it kind of messes with like what you had, if that makes sense. So I was like, wait, oh, Angela Dawn, who's been a member for 17 months, said, whoops, hold on. Hold on. Harry is a wimp, that is all. Yeah, I mean, he is in a lot of ways, but let me see. So guys, this is sort of like the Royal Court of Justice, sorry, my brain is not working very well. So there was the entrance to it. And so if you're looking at this picture right now, if you go to the right and around the corner, hug the building, that's where Harry and the team is. If you're ever curious about this and all this sorts of things, that was kind of there. And Queen Red Special says, "Whoa, you're there. That's commitment." Yes. So guys, I like to cover royal events as I can because it gives you different perspective. You can report from the ground and all these sorts of things. And especially when it comes to guys being a photographer of royals, there are only so few instances where you can really practice that because it's so challenging. So guys, the video I'm going to show you of Harry, you can see he's on there for 11 seconds. I have literally 11 seconds to get my pictures. That's all I have. I don't have any more. So it's really, really crazy and intense. And so that's one of the things I'm just kind of like anytime I can practice, it means like so much because there's only so few instances where you can do this. They move so quickly because of security reasons and everything. So, oh, that was just a pretty thing on the picture. So just to give you an idea, and this was sort of when I arrived, I think at around, let me see if it tells me when this picture was taken. Because it might give me the info here. Settings? No, that's not it. Anyways, so it's about like 1:30ish, and then this ended up being like filled, guys, with photographers and media. So this is the side of the building, what it looks like. So this is all these bags are photographer bags, and you'll see they have these step stools, which will be important later. So they have these step stools, and it helps them get height. Now the challenge with this is the bars. So I'd actually put my camera through the bars to get pictures. Other of them were going low, because you can have like little outings right here. I ended up being, I think, kind of sort of right over here somewhere. Like right here. That's, I think, where I ended up being. I was just trying to find a good spot. You never know until the event what a royal is going to react to or see. So it's all like a challenge and a question mark. Oh, we have DS. Prince Harry's foolishness, thinking by winning this case he'll finally bring his family back to the UK. Meghan Markle will come up with another reason why they quote unquote can't go. Yes, I 100% agree. So as far as we're aware, like Harry, I don't think this went particularly well for him. I read somewhere that
Okay, I've had enough. I had enough, guys. I was trying to see if I could wait to see the picture, the so-called picture she got of Harry, but I can't. I've tried. But yeah, let me quickly respond to this nonsense, right? So let's recap. Apparently, her name is Brittany. I've been calling her Gummy for so long. I didn't even know that was her real name. Let me call her Gummy since she doesn't want to respect Meghan Sussex's name. Gummy went all the way to the to the UK, to get a non-picture of Harry. If I can imagine, I don't follow her on Twitter. Even if I wanted to, she's blocked me. So, because I wanted to see what video she was talking about, because I know if she got a picture of Harry, she would have posted it on Twitter. So I wanted to bring it here to drag her and say you flew all the way down here to get that picture. But anyway, she kind of said that she was going to the opening of St. James's Church, which is, anyway. So basically what she's saying is, oh, don't think I'm crazy. I didn't just wake up in the morning, almost bankrupt myself flying all the way down to the UK to get a non-picture of Harry. Oh no, I already had other plans. I had things I was going to do anyway. Sure. And the fact that she's calling herself a royal photographer, aka stalker, to me that last bit was actually a bit revealing. Her talking about, how these reporters get special stools that they can sit on so that they can wait and harass these people. And honestly, to me, it's just awful, frankly, because it goes to show how much the royal family in general, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, certain members of the royal family, because it's not all of them that gets this type of treatment, are harassed. This is harassment, right? The man clearly, she figured out where, and this is somebody that was not even part of any press corps. She was still able to figure out what part of the justice building Harry would most likely be coming in from. She joined the other freelancers, stalkers of Harry and Meghan to be waiting like idiots, hoping for a picture. And then, if nothing else, this just confirms why they need security. Because what the hell? How does somebody just show up? This is why, I mean, if nothing else, guys, this confirms why Harry and Meghan are very sensitive and need a lot of protection. How does somebody, because it appears to me that it is that easy for somebody without the right credentials, without the right pass, to be able to get this close to members of the royal family. It's crazy. It's not right, and it honestly puts their life in danger. What if Gummy's many talking heads in her head finally tell her that, oh, okay, you know what, why don't we hurt Harry? Because she's able to get access to him by appearing at a press corps, she could try and get close, and she calls herself somebody who is doing royal photography, which to me is aka stalker. It means that she's probably somebody who is very determined to get that shot. So she's going to ignore personal boundaries. She could probably jump a fence. And again, I haven't seen Gummy. I don't know how fit she is. But she's crazy, right? And crazy sometimes trumps fit. So she could squeeze her fat body through or throw herself over a fence just because she wants a shot of Harry, just because she wants a shot of Meghan. Because don't forget, it's not just using this for their channel. They can sell these things and get a lot of money. This is unacceptable behavior. If nothing else, this whole thing revealed to me that this woman is crazy, one, and it confirms how dangerous being a member of the royal family can be without the appropriate police support. So if I were Harry and if I were Prince Harry's team, I would probably take this video of Gummy, take excerpts of it and present it in the court and talk about, look at this woman. She doesn't have the right royal reporting credentials, if that is a thing. She does, but I do know members of the press get certain types of passes that they can get to access certain types of people. She's not been vetted. Nobody knows where she comes from. Nobody knows her medical history. Nobody knows anything about her. But she's able to get that close to Harry. Nah, get him security, guys. Get all of them security. Shit, none of them asked for this life. Whatever your thoughts are about Harry, whatever your thoughts are about Meghan, whatever your thoughts are about even William, let me say it, even William, these are still human beings. These are still human beings who, thanks to the invasive nature of the press, probably get scared for their personal safety. They deserve security, all of them. By the fact, and this is what I was saying yesterday, the fact that we don't give members of the royal family a chance to choose whether they want this level of exposure, the fact that we don't protect their identity until they are old enough to understand what type of life they're coming into, is why throughout their life they deserve security, whether they leave it or not. The very fact that he's Job said it perfectly. The very fact that he's the son of the king, whether he wanted to or not, he didn't choose this life. He deserves security because this heifer is crazy. She's smiling with her psycho smile, but she's not well. And the fact that she's willing to do this much just to get a shot of Harry, I would shudder to think what she would be doing in the US. What do you guys think? Am I being too harsh? As fun as it was to drag that silly woman, it does really, if you take a step back and use critical thinking, it does expose you to the real danger Harry and Meghan and other members of the royal family are in when people like these can just access them when they like. So let me know your thoughts. What do you think? This is my first time hearing Gummy talk properly. She sounds off. I think she sounds off because she genuinely believes her nonsense, which is even scarier. So yeah, please feel free to drag it. I'm gonna share it with her so that she knows that I'm watching her and I think she's crazy and I think she needs to go and find something else to do with her time. I don't know who she's seeing in America. I hope her watchers are keeping an eye on her so that she doesn't hurt herself or others. And yeah, guys, please like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. And yeah, we need to start. I think it's time that the British media, the British police, starts keeping an eye on all these royal watchers. I'm really worried that one of them are going to do something to harm one of the members of the royal family soon if we don't take care. Thanks. Take care. Bye.